Great. So one more night, TNT number 54. It's really nice to have this number because I started in October. It was 2016, I think. Yeah, 2016. So Tuesday Night Talks is like something that's growing. It's not easy to be here every Tuesday, but it really works. So just to let people know, like if you're watching on YouTube, on Facebook, or whatever, whatever you're watching, it's totally free. You just need to use your computer and access through the link eaprendi.appear.in/TNT. In case you don't know what slash mean, is this, okay, so slash, like barra, right? Great. And here we are with Patricia, and there's someone else coming as well. Pachi, are you in the TNT WhatsApp group or just the meetup?
Yeah. Oh no.
Both?
TNT. Both.
Yeah, because we have two groups here. One is the. No, I think you're not there. Oh no, you're there. You're there. Yeah, you're.
I think I am.
Yeah. Great. That's nice. So just to get the notifications.
Yeah, I'm just sharing with my friends.
Me too.
Let's see if we have someone here with us.
Yeah, I'm gonna share on my personal Facebook account. So the good thing is when you're learning English, when you're learning a language, you really need to, there's no way to learn how to speak if you don't speak. So TNT is focused on speaking, and that's the idea. Just there's a subject, a theme that we work with. So tonight we're gonna share how we learned the language. And I just got an email from someone telling me that the link is not working.
Well, yeah. I got the link from the email you sent me.
Yeah, so. The link is. Yeah. She's telling that the link from Facebook is not working.
Mm.
No problem. So TNT 54 has just started. Pachi, do you remember when you learned the language? What was your first school ever? Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember. Okay, 26 years ago, but I remember.
Don't tell the year. Just.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't remember. I would have to count, but it was at CNA in Campinas. Well, it's different for me than for most of my students, for example, because I loved English. So I started learning because I loved it, not because I had 26 years ago, it was not a requirement for all professions. And I remember when I was 11, and I think it was the first time I saw English in my school, like my regular school. And for me, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, the sound of the words, and my teacher was really mean. Really? It was it was the most angry teacher ever. But I loved the subject, so for me it doesn't matter. And I asked my father, oh, I want to study more, because in school we didn't have any speaking practice. It was just a translation. That's what we learned. And I remember my father, my dad telling me like, oh, no, you have to study. Let's wait, because this is not important. And like just 3 years later, that I got in a class on Saturdays, because my dad told me that he didn't want me to get overwhelmed by something extra. So I was studying Saturday morning with a bunch of adults, and I was 14.
Wow.
Because like there wasn't a teen class on Saturdays.
Yeah.
It was really strange, because like it was weird, because the teachers, like, they were always asking questions about work. Where do you work? And I couldn't say anything.
I don't work.
So yeah, I was shy, and it was hard. And I remember that I was just speaking in the when I went to like extra classes, music or something, because I was too scared to speak in my class.
Great. Hey, Paula, welcome.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening, Paula.
Or good night.
Yeah, good evening. When you're joining, you say good evening. Even though it's too late, you just say, when you start a conversation, good evening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay.
Suellen! Long time.
Hi, guys.
Hey, how are you?
Hello.
So we have Paula, we have Suellen, Patricia, and me. Just let you know, if you want to type your name, just to show people what's your name. So it's cool. There's a way in the platform. And Patricia, or Pachi, or Patricia, I don't know what's it. She was just sharing how she learned English. Okay, so that's the topic of tonight. This is the TNT number 54, and this is the last chance to share how you learned English, actually, because this is the last TNT of April. I'm gonna bring up other subjects for May, so just to let you know how it works. Is the sound okay for you?
Okay.
Yeah, great, Paul.
Yeah.
So Pachi, you were telling that you had a mean teacher. You were studying with adults, and you were shy in the beginning.
Yeah. And you know, I took like a 5 years course, and I was 19, and I was like, okay, now I have my diploma, I know how to speak. And I got my first job at a hotel, and I was a receptionist. So, okay, I'm ready. And the first interaction that I had in English, I just, like, I freeze.
Like a blackout.
I didn't know how to. And it was really stressful, because in my mind I was speaking, I knew what to do, but I don't know. At first I thought I was just nervous, because it was my first job. But after, I don't know, the second, the third, because I was working in a hotel, and I had to speak with people from every part of the world. And I was so used to the American stress, like American accent. But I was speaking to like people, Japanese people, and Russian, and they were also speaking a second language as I was. So I had to hire a private teacher, like for 2 years, and then we were working on my speaking and trying to make me speak, like to make me feel comfortable. But I was practicing, so I had to. It was my job, and it was my profession. So
you had to.
I was speaking. Yeah, I was speaking every day, and the more I was like, when I was practicing, I started feeling like, okay, now I'm comfortable. Now I feel better every day, and I didn't have any place to hide because I was in the front desk, and a lot of as I start speaking, guests, the client, the customers from hotel start to come to me to speak only, not to request anything. So I think when you go to hotels, and if you are alone, most of the time you go to the receptionist to ask for directions, and then you start saying something, and it was like I have like great memories of those moments. Funny things happened, and it was good. And after that, all the jobs like I had to either speak or write in English all the time. So I think that when you learn a language, you cannot say, okay, it's done, I finished learning. No, you will learn a new thing every day.
Yeah, so you think your aprendi, it was at your job, your first job?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Great. Very good. How about you, Suellen? Do you remember when you learned how to speak, or how did it start?
It starts when I was a little kid. I used to study in a private school that we had English classes, and I remember few things like fruit names or animal names. It was my first contact with the language, and it was love at first sight. But I'm still learning. I have a lot of things to improve. But as I told you at the first time that we had a conversation, I love to speak English, to listen English. So it's something very organic for me. And I used to live in Ireland, and I worked at a restaurant and had contact with another accents and cultures, and knowing English, understanding English was a way to connect with those people. And I don't know, so English is something that it's important in my job, it's important for everything, but I think the deepest relation that I have with the language is this interaction with different people.
Great, that's awesome. Because so you learned when you were abroad. So that's your aprendi moment of the language. Do you think?
It was when I was my aprendi moment, it was when I was that I felt that I really aprendi. It was when I was in a queue for a museum in São Paulo.
Nice.
Centro Cultural Banco do Brasil, and there was a guy just in front of me and my mom, and he was speaking in English with another guy, and I was understanding. I don't have a good speaking English, but I was understanding like almost everything they were talking about, and I was so anxious to just try to speak. It was the first time that I had this interaction, and I say just sorry.
Can I join the conversation?
Yeah, and I remember to be so happy at that moment because he understood me too. So yeah. So that was my I know a little bit. So that was my moment.
Great, that's awesome. I really enjoy this moment, and that's why I brought the aprendi brand, because that's what happens to my life regarding learning. Okay, so I really enjoy listening to the aprendi moments, not just about English, but everything else. And how about you, Paula? When did you start to learn English?
The first time I started studying English in 2007.
Nice.
More 10 years ago.
Great. It was in a school, private teacher?
Yeah. School English.
What's the name of this school? Can say in Portuguese.
No famous school.
It's like a small school.
Yes.
Great.
But I stopped many times. I stopped and I returned a long time. In 2015, I returned in another school, and to keep study English since 2015.
Great. And yeah, keep going.
In last year, I start online course. Do you know Milo Vergara, teacher?
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I see him every day. Chica de Inglés.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time.
I do his course, online course. It's a good course.
Yeah.
The course helped me very much to improve my understanding, my listening, my reading.
Great.
And this moment, I need to practice my speech.
Very good.
I need to practice my speech.
Yeah.
Because it's important for my job.
Yeah, just to everybody know, Paula, she joined the meetup. Can you when you're not speaking, can you just make off? Just turn off your microphone because there's an echo. Yeah. Okay.
I can't listen.
No, can you listen me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
I think it was Suellen's microphone. So Paula, she yes. No, I'm not blaming on you. Okay, so just sorry about that. But Paula, she went to, I think, the third meetup, the third E Aprendi meetup, and she was like very shy. She was trying really to speak, and I can see the improvement, Paula, from the last time I saw you and tonight. Okay, so you had
Very good.
yeah, you have a really nice improvement, because it's not easy to come here, even if it's online. I was talking to that about that with Pachi. It's really hard for people who are learning a language to show off, speak in English, make mistakes. So the advice I give to people is, you want to speak, so just speak, right? And Mario Vergara, I know that he structures the learning focused on listening, and I really do the opposite of it, because I learned in the other way. When I started learning English, it was I was 10 years old, and I studied for 12 years basically, but I didn't study listening. I didn't practice my listening. So I couldn't understand music. Movies, it was like, I could speak in English, but I couldn't understand. And I remember the first movie I watched in Chicago when I lived there in 2011. It was Play Ball with Brad Pitt. It's not that I couldn't understand some words, or like it was totally different from what I expected. So it wasn't English for me. It was like Japanese or so, because I didn't understand any words, any. So it was really frustrating. But I worked there for almost a year. I could listen, speak, interact, solve problems, do conference calls with people from the United States, from Great Britain, from Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, everywhere. So listening wasn't an issue, but about movies, songs, it was really hard. I don't know how to explain that, but it was really hard. So after 2011, I really focused on listening. In the last few years, I have been listening to a lot of podcasts, TV series with English subtitles. Some of them I can't understand without subtitles, but most nowadays I can really watch without subtitles. TED Talks a lot. So nowadays I think my listening, it's like 95%. I can really understand everything, but back there it was really difficult. So Paula, listening, if you have that, it's a very good skill to improve in the beginning. But
yes, very important.
Yeah, but if you don't, it's not wrong, or it's not a problem. You can handle that in a different way. So you can ask questions. That's basically what I did. I didn't understand, so I asked a lot of questions. And when you ask, you learn. And then when you learn this way, that's the E Aprendi, because you're not studying, you're interacting, you're speaking, you're listening, and then when you're doing something that you don't feel you're studying, then you have the E Aprendi. That's basically the idea. You don't study and you learn. That's the easiest way to learn, basically. The easiest, right? Very good. Pachi, do you remember the most difficult situation you had about your learning process, or maybe a blackout you had that it was really shocking to you, that you decided, okay, that's something I don't accept anymore, or I'm gonna go over it?
Yeah, but I think it's an echo. Can you hear me well?
Yeah. Yeah, now it's mine.
I had a lot of like moments like that, but I remember in 2015 I was in Canada, and okay, I took like 2 flights or 3 flights to get there because I was sick. So I stopped in 2 cities in the United States for
It's lagging.
It's lagging.
Yeah, it's lagging.
Okay.
Maybe it's back. Say something.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, maybe the connection is not working that well. Can you hear me, Suellen? Yeah, Paula, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So, Pachi, do you mind reconnecting yourself? Maybe it works.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. Suellen, you're still studying English, right? I know you have English classes. Is that, yeah? Just mic on. Just turn on your microphone.
Can I say here? Yes, I'm still studying English. I have hard times with verb tenses. This is my biggest problem right now, and I'm at this moment that I can't accept this anymore. I feel uncomfortable with this block, with the sensation that it's missing something in my speaking. Because when I'm reading, I can understand that this is in the past or in the future or happening in the present. But when I feel like Indian speaking.
Yeah.
And well.
Yeah, but do you have any embarrassing moment recently that you had to use English and it was difficult, or like?
Yesterday I had.
Wow.
Yesterday I was applying for a program, a new job, and I was making the talent up test, and there was some phrases, and there was a friend with me doing the test, and when we finished, you know, when the person looked at you and you leave it abroad, how couldn't you do it better than this?
Yeah, the judgment.
Yeah, but it was not on purpose.
But you feel that?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I know. I really know that feeling.
And I don't want to feel like this anymore. And I really want to manage the English language with security. And I think that I'm using my time. I am using my time for such a long time studying English. It must have a better shape than this.
So you feel like that you would like to be in a higher level of. It's not about knowledge, but about your feelings regarding communication, right?
Yeah, I think that this is my motivation. But at the same time, I want to take a test, and just like I really want to be able to apply for CI test, and I don't feel comfortable at all, even though that I can understand properly. Every time that I have to speak or every time that I have to write, I have hard times, and I feel that my English is stuck in the same level for a long time. And I think that this is from our nature to want something better. Like, I love to cook, so I always want to improve my recipe. At the same time, it's the same thing with English.
Yeah, I like to understand the other learning process, because it helps a lot. When I'm teaching people, usually I ask, do you remember how did you learn to cook or to drive or to ride a bicycle or to do what you're doing at work? So it helps a lot it gives me some tips on how it's structured in people's head, kind of.
I know that you are making questions, but I don't know if this is if I can make a.
Yeah, it's totally open. It's free. It's just a talk. Imagine that you are in a pub, but we don't have beer.
But we have water.
Yeah. So, Paula, do you have a cup so we can just cheer up?
Yes.
Cheers, everybody.
Yes.
Cheers.
In Irish.
Yeah. How is it in Irish?
It's loncha.
Loncha.
It's loncha.
Is loncha.
Yes, I'm gonna send you after the.
Yeah, great.
So, I forgot.
Yeah, sorry. My bad.
Don't worry.
You wanted to make a question about something?
So the question is for both of you. What do you want to achieve? You are an English teacher and you have the method, the school, but what do you want to achieve with the language? Because you can choose many things to do in this life, but why have you choose English?
That's a good question, and I'm going to forward it to Paula first. What do you want to achieve, Paula, with English?
I didn't understand. Repeat, please.
What do you want to achieve? What do you want from English? Why are you learning English? What do you want with it? It's not easy.
I learn. I want to improve my speech, because in my company we have meetings in English, and it's very difficult for me to participate the meetings. Most time I can't speak. I only listening. It's difficult for me to participate.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I think it's the most issue, most problem people face. It's join a meeting, because
it's difficult for me to speak English in front of other people. I'm shy. I'm shy.
So just to let you know,
Because
we are live on Facebook, okay?
no.
Yeah, it's true.
No.
Yeah, it's true. And it's being recorded. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Never.
But no worries, okay?
I'm afraid.
Yeah,
I'm afraid.
So let me do the. Okay, so let me get the makeup and put it on. So, yeah.
In my company, speak English is a culture. Meetings in English is a culture of the company.
Is it a multinational company?
Not yet, but they intend. It's pretending.
Yeah, no, perfect. Intent. Usually, people do the opposite. They use pretend because they think it's pretender, but pretend in English it's something totally different. But intent, it's the perfect use.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. So, just to answer your question, Suellen, I have a lot of things to improve regarding my English. Listening is one of them. I'm still learning a lot. So basically, I'm not reading books anymore. I'm listening to them in English. I chose to listen to books. Like I'm reading Gestão do Amanhã, that's in Portuguese. It's a Brazilian author. But I'm listening to other books in English. One is Crushing It from Gary Vaynerchuk. And the second one is the Product Launch Formula. It's from Jeff Walker. It's about digital marketing. So why do I need this, or what I want to achieve with English? It's really I'm trying to improve my listening because I want to interact with other people from everywhere. Basically, I love people. I love connecting to people. So that's why I'm still learning, still studying, still improving it. Just because of that. Because there are other people that I want to meet and I want to listen their story and I want to have a good time, basically. Did I answer your question?
Perfectly. Do you know Scribd?
Scribd, it's like a platform that you post your slides or something like that? No.
No, it's like, do you know Spotify?
Yeah.
So Scribd is a platform I'm going to put on WhatsApp group.
Yeah, you can type on the chat here.
Oh.
We have a chat over here. Welcome back, Pachi.
Scribd.
It was my connection.
Yeah. Oh, script. I thought it was like something about slides, or I don't know.
You can put any kind of file there, but right now this platform is like a Spotify, but with books, magazines, and periodics, newspapers, everything that you can imagine from every part of the world, and you have written books and audio books.
Yeah.
And it's cheap. Honestly, you can get like 2 months for free, and after that you pay, I think, $8 of signature, but it really works. And I listen to audiobooks while I'm working, and sometimes I'm not even paying attention, about the book, but I'm just listening, just exposing my ears to English. And there, well, you should visit and just see if it's proper for you guys, but it's amazing. It's really like Spotify, but with books. It's really cool.
it's like this. We have stickers here, so you can do like this, or you can do like this.
It's my first time here, so.
Yeah, so you have some stickers, so yeah. Yeah. So I'm using Audible from Amazon. So like basically I pay it as well. It's paid. There's a free trial, like a month, and there are some books that you get for free. But it's really nice because it's very difficult for me to concentrate and focus when I'm reading a book, especially nowadays that I'm always working. Since when I wake up to the time I'm going to bed, my mind is always like busy, and it's really hard to stop and read. So I try to listen while I'm going somewhere, or especially when I'm between places, when I'm going to the subway, where I'm going to Paulista. It's really far. That's a good thing, living far from the downtown, because it takes me like an hour to go to downtown, and well, I have time to listen. Or Spotify, there are some good podcasts there, so it's really. But I'm gonna try the script one.
Yes, nice.
Paula,
when I live far away, I'm to study by on bus, on subway. I listen podcast too, and read books. It help me a lot.
Yeah, it helps a lot. It's a very
Yes.
It's bad in a way, but good in another.
Yes.
Pachi,
And
sorry.
Today I still study on bus, on subway. It's very useful.
Are you still studying with Mário Vergara?
Not.
I'm kidding.
No, I study in home, in my home.
You should study with E Aprendi.
What?
You should study with E Aprendi. But that's just a joke. I'm kidding. Yeah, don't be that. That's the embarrassing moment. But yeah, when we have time to do something, I understand that most people have time to study or to listen things when they are between places, when they are going to work or going back home. So I think that's the most effective place. But if you're driving, that's difficult to do, but you can listen to podcasts or Spotify and the radio or something like that. So, and Patti, Suellen did a good question. Can you repeat the question, Suellen, directly to Patti? Just make on, please.
Hi, Patti.
Hi.
So I wanted to know what you guys want to achieve with your English? Well, it's just something professional, or what is the main point of learning English to you?
Yeah, good question. I was talking that for me, learning is a never-end process. So, for example, every year I make the same promise, and I hope I can start this year that is to learn my third language, and I want to learn French, but I want to learn from English, not from Portuguese, you know, because if you study people that speak like multiple languages, they used to say that when it's better if you start learning for example, the third language on the second, like someone is speaking English and speaking French using English as the model, like we have when we are learning English, that we compare to Portuguese, the grammar and everything. So this is something that I want to achieve, and it's not easy, but I want. And I think that, for example, when you start speaking, because I am teaching as well, I used to speak a little bit, how can I say, slow, because I am always worried if my students don't understand me. So this is something that I need to practice my speaking as well, to speak faster. And I think my listening is good because I watch a lot of movies. Netflix is something that I don't know. I have watched so many series that I don't. Sometimes I don't have a new one to watch. Yeah, and reading is also something that I want to improve, like reading books, because I read a lot of news, but not like a book or something. I think I need practice. But you know, I don't have like an accent that I want to. I don't want to speak as an American or as a British. I want to speak as a Brazilian that speaks English. You know.
Nice. I didn't know about that, about learning third language, or doesn't matter the number, but another language with something in the middle. This is amazing. This is amazing concept. I want to finish my English to start French also. It's so beautiful, and it's amazing idea. I'm going to search about it. And you told about books. I don't know if you read already. Eat, Pray, Love.
Yeah, but in English. This is the book that I read in English.
So
it's amazing.
What's the name?
It's it's amazing way to study verb tenses, because it's not isn't in a chronological order. She mixes the present moment with past moments. So in my case, it was very appropriate. So it's going to be my recommendation. But it's.
What's the name of the book?
You are an English teacher. Sorry.
So
the name of
the name.
The name. yeah, I just eat, love, no, eat, pray, love.
Eat, pray, love.
Eat, pray, love, like this?
Eat.
Or
Eat.
From eat. Yeah. Eat, pray, love. Like this.
Yeah, there is a movie.
Yeah.
After the yeah, it's a romantic movie. I don't know if Philip is.
No, I'm a romantic. I'm a romantic guy.
Romantic.
Yeah, I'm very romantic.
It's a nice movie, but it's like reading Lord of the Rings and watching Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But
it's a movie.
Eat, Pray, Love is a movie with Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts. And that guy, I don't remember his name. Is
Javier Bardem.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
I don't know him.
Lots of sports.
Lots of parts. Hard.
Yeah.
I need to use it.
Yeah, there's the stickers down there, the bottom of the page. Then yeah.
You were talking about tips to, I think, improving the language, and something that I do, and I don't know if you wanna try. I speak to myself out loud. So at home, for example, when I'm starting my day, and I usually go over the list of things I have to do. Okay, today I have to buy food, I have to do this and that, and I speak this out loud. So I am training myself, because we don't have people to speak to every time, and then, for example, when I am taking a shower, I am speaking as well. Sometimes my son, when I finish, he says, "Mom, are you speaking to someone?" And I said, "Yeah." I always say, "Yes, I am speaking like to myself." It's like you know, the kind of conversation that you have in your mind. I just have it out loud. And I think it's a good way to practice as well, because then you are practicing your speaking and recording. Sometimes it's good if you have something in your cell phone, you can record your voice, and then when you listen yourself, you can improve even better, because it's just like, for you, nobody gonna judge you. You're recording this, and this is something that I have been using with some students, because most of my students are shy, like me, because I am shy too. So we are seeing a lot of improvements after these. Like sometimes they are, for example, one of my students, she's studying texts. So she reads and records herself speaking, and then she listens to, one day of the week she's studying music, so she sings the song and record. She has never showed me, because, and I don't ask her, because I think it's private. If she wants, she's gonna show me, but it's a way to practice.
Yeah, there are a lot of ways actually. Just to wrap up and to finish, because just to let you know, we have every Tuesday we have this space to talk about something in English. Okay, so the point is, it's not English. We're not here to learn English. That's not the point. But we learn English. Okay, so sometimes we have I have the chat here, and I try when I can to write down the words that we can learn from. Or like tonight we didn't have that much, but most of the TNTs we have that. Because this space is really to put in practice. It doesn't matter if it's correct, if it's wrong. It's just a matter of sending the message. If I get it, perfect. So if I tell you something you understood, awesome. If you didn't, then I'm gonna try again in a different way. So Paula, you did a great job tonight. I think it's not easy to come here to speak again. I'm gonna tell that every time, because most of my students, they are afraid, they are scared to come here and to speak. Usually I ask them to make some videos about some topics, and we structure and we prepare and we learn vocabulary, and they struggle to do it. The video is not okay, it's not good, it's terrible. And the point is, I don't care about if it's good or not. I just care if we're gonna do it or not, and then we see what we can do from it. Because in the beginning, you're gonna record yourself, it's gonna be terrible, it's gonna be awful, but after a while, you can see the improvement. And this, when you see it, when you watch it again, and you see the improvement, then you realize that you speak English. And that's the most difficult situation, the most difficult skill you can develop, to realize that you speak English. For example, Suellen, you do a really good speaking in English. I have no idea why you're still taking English classes, but if it happens, and it's okay. If you want to, it's reasonable to do it. But I think the point is, you need to understand that you really do a great job in English. I know there are some specific situations that they are difficult to handle, but you're gonna overcome all of them.
Thank you.
Okay. So girls, I really want to thank you all for coming. I'm gonna, you are already registered for the next one, so I'm gonna, every Tuesday in the middle of the day, I'm going to send a reminder. But if you're not in the Facebook group, and Paula told me that the link from the Facebook group is not.
Don't worry.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna send another email. So just to let you know, there's a Facebook group and a WhatsApp group, a lot of groups, but the Tuesday night talk, the TNT group, the WhatsApp group, it's not that busy. People don't talk a lot. When we talk, it's really interesting. We try to bring some topics, some things to help everyone there. So if you want to join, just let me know. Just send me a private message on WhatsApp. But I'm going to add you in the Facebook group. If you want to leave, it's up to you. Okay.
Phillipe, thank you so much for this thing that you do. It's amazing.
Thanks.
Girls, nice to meet you. It was a pleasure. And Paula, when I am a very shy person. I think all of us at some point. But congratulations. And when I was really afraid to speak in English, I used to sing just using Patricia advice. Sometimes I didn't realize what the word that I was speaking mean, but I was just imitando.
Mocking. Is that
mocking?
Yeah. I don't know.
The words just to sound more natural.
Yes.
And after that, I looked for the translation, and I was just, oh my God, I was singing that, but it was a way to to just to like relax my tongue and just let it go and flow.
Yeah, mocking is something totally different. Yeah.
Mocking is really fun.
Yeah.
When I learn a new word, I repeat aloud many times, and I record. I repeat and I record and I listen. It helped me.
There is a very good. Oh, I'm sorry. There is a very good site, Forvo.com. It's
Let's go to Forvo.
Yeah, it's a site where you can like you just put any word that you want, and then you can listen people speaking the word, and you can listen many languages. And you have, for example, when you go to English, you can listen a woman from United States, or a man from England or Canada, of different accents, and you can record if you want any word in Portuguese, and it's like a volunteer job, I think, and it's really interesting.
Cool.
I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's it. If you want to learn, you need to use. Like, if you want to learn how to read, you need to read. To write, writing. Speak, speaking. Listen, listening. So there's no magic. Simple as that. Okay. So girls, thanks again for coming. If there's anybody watching, thanks for watching. If you need something from, like, there's the meetup in São Paulo in May 10th, and we have a new one in Campinas that's gonna be ruled by Patricia. So she's gonna handle that in Campinas. And I'll try my best to be there. Let's see how it goes. So we're going. Things are happening.
Yeah. If you wanna come to Campinas to our meeting, I know that it's hard if you both live in São Paulo, but maybe if you have any relatives here,
yeah,
you are invited.
Or maybe we can just talk to each other and just trying to go together, and we can share all this stuff and share the experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Saturday it's something I'm still realizing how to do it in a way that's good for me and for everybody else. But we are still on Thursdays, and yeah, let's see how things are going to happen.
Maybe a trip, who knows? Huh?
Yeah, a trip to Campinas on Saturday.
Yeah, not to Campinas. We can go to
United States.
Rio.
Yeah, we can go to Europe. Yeah, all on Aprendi. It's all all paid. Yeah, it would be nice. Yeah.
A backpack.
Yeah, like a backpack.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Who knows? We're gonna watch this like in a couple of months, years, and we can remember this situation in the near future. So now, since we are leaving, we're ending. So then we say good night. Okay, Paula. So in the beginning, good evening. In the end, good night. Right?
Okay, good night.
So good night.
Good night, guys.
Bye-bye. See you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
See you.